Hey guys, it's Eric Dempsey with Dempsey's Resolution Fitness at dempseysresolution.com. And today I'm bringing you video 3 of the intermittent fasting series, okay? And today we're going to talk about the main benefits of intermittent fasting, and I broke them down into 5 main benefits. Okay, so right off the bat, intermittent fasting, it is a protocol with a feeding window and a fasting window. And there's multiple different ways to do it that I've covered in other videos. And so today we're going to talk about I'm just going to throw 5 big ones at you. There's numerous benefits. You can Google it. There's all kinds of benefits to intermittent fasting. But we're going to cover 5 big ones that I think are relevant, okay? So on my handy list here, I got, boom, number 1, freedom from eating. Freedom from being a slave to a number of meals per day, or, I get to eat morning, noon, and night. I got to follow this window. No, you take charge of it. You get the freedom because you manipulate your schedule using intermittent fasting to suit you, right? You don't be a slave to a meal plan. You make the meal plan a slave to you. You're the master. It's your plan, right? It's your day. It's your life. You're going to control it, so it gives you that freedom, okay? So instead of, I got to get up and eat breakfast, and then I got to work, and then I got to get a snack. You don't got to do any of that, right? If you do it correctly, so the big thing it does is it gives you freedom during your fasting window, whichever protocol you use and however long. Like for example, mine's 16 hours. I use the lean gains type where you do 16 hours of fasting and 8 hours of eating. I got 16 hours. I can rock and roll all day as long as I'm staying hydrated. I drink my coffee and green tea and whatnot, and boom, I'm making stuff happen all day. And, I don't have to worry about, oh man, did I skip a meal? Oh, what am I going to eat? Boom, I already get that covered because that's at the different part of the day during my feeding window, and I've already prepared for that because that's my plan that I created because I'm in charge of my plan, right? So you got to be in charge of your plan, and you do that by intermittent fasting. Gives you the freedom and the power to control your destiny when it comes to meals and nutrition, okay? And you make it work for you. So number 2, boom, we got increased energy. Increased energy, what? Most people think like, when I fast, man, my blood sugar is going to tank. I'm going to be done, especially, after lunch, in the afternoon, when everybody's doing their 5-hour energies and all their monsters and all this different crap, pouring all this caffeinated, carbonated, chemical-laden stuff to keep them awake. Boom, you're going to have natural energy because you're on intermittent fasting in your body and it's all its hormone regulation. Boom, it's going to keep you fired up, okay? So you don't crash. Now, the key thing is you got to eat the right amount of the right stuff at the right time. You're going to be getting all your nutrients in during your feeding window, so you aren't starving. Your blood sugar's not tanking because your body's going to adjust to the intermittent fasting cycle to make sure that you're ramped up the whole day. When I did my first experiment, I was really concerned about that, and I was trying to disprove IF. And I was like, man, watch this. I miss meals a couple hours, I'm going to be in the dumps. I'm going to be passed out, drooling on myself. I was up. I was amped. I was ramped up. I was like, yeah, let's do this, right? And then, man, I couldn't wait for my first meal, but I was fired up. I had energy, and I was good to go. There's no energy jumps unless you do it wrong. If you're not eating good, if you're eating like garbage, and you're not getting all the proper nutrients in, and then you try to do fasting, yeah, your blood sugar's going to tank because your body's not used to all that. But once you get attuned to IF, you're going to be ramped up and fired up. For the most part, that's what happened to me, and it works all the time. I don't have any problems with energy when it comes to, the eating part or the fasting part. So increased energy is a great bonus, okay? Boom, the next one, number 3, the primary thing we're thinking about, fat loss. Fat loss, right? You're going to burn fat, okay? So by manipulating your hormones, doing all these other great things with the fasting and the feeding windows, it allows your body to utilize fat more as a fuel. And man, I was really surprised when I did my little experiment around 2012. And if you go on my blog, you can find it. My first experiment, I documented it and lost a bunch of body fat, lost some weight, maintained lean muscle, had plenty of energy. It was great, but I was doing it because I didn't think it would work, but it did work, and that's why I picked it up, because it's actually like I found out, there's more to life than just black and white. There are multiple things at work. I used to be a 6 meal a day kind of guy, an old traditional bodybuilder kind of meal plan, And that worked for me great. That works. But you know what else? Intermittent fasting also works. And so you got more tools in your toolbox to utilize to get ahead depending on what's going on in your life. So when I'm super busy and I can't eat, boom, I go into fasting mode. If I can eat and I want to do the multiple small meals a day, I can do that. They both work. That's the beauty of it, right? You don't have to get stuck to one protocol or one style or one way of doing it. You got multiple things to do. So that's why I teach multiple things in my program. At Dempsey's Resolution Fitness, I teach the old school bodybuilder way. I teach intermittent fasting. I teach the carb cycling. All these different things are just variables manipulating your program based on what you need to break a plateau, to, something's different in your life and you got to adjust for it, right? You got to be able to adapt, and you got to have multiple different things to do. You can't just have one black or white, this or that, or one thing and that's it. So, it does work. You're going to burn fat. I lost a bunch of body fat and I was surprised. Energy, body fat loss, it sounded too good to be true, right? But the key thing was, you got to eat at your feeding window, right? That's the key. If you don't eat, I can't stress that enough. The whole thing about intermittent fasting is not starving. It's about doing your fast and then eating the right amount of the right stuff at the right time, okay? So fat loss, that's one of the primary benefits of it, right? And that's why people really do it, aside from the freedom from eating and being locked in on that, certain number of meals, and I'm going to skip meals and all this. The freedom it gives you to do what you got to do during the day, and then boom, the benefits are great, right? So fat loss is one of the big benefits of it. All right, next one, number 4. It gives your digestive system a break. Instead of eating, like if you're using the old school multiple meals a day, every 2, 3, 4 hours, you're eating 500 meals a day. Your digestive system is working, right? All your organs, all your stuff is just constantly getting hammered with food. So what's it do? Intermittent fasting gives you, during your fasting window, gives your system a break, and it lets you clear everything out and reset, recharge, rejuvenate, right? It gives you a break, and there's a lot of science that talks about those different things that you can look up, right? The benefits of fasting on digestive health, right? There's a lot of different materials out there that you can read about. So digestive health, it does great things for your digestive system and your whole body. But that's one of the big ones. Just gives your system a break instead of eating all the time, constantly, right? So that's another benefit is, you want to keep everything, your operating system in top-notch order. IF, even, if you just did a dose of it for a digestive health kind of aspect of it, that would be beautiful, right? And it has so many properties, and there's so much literature out there that you can look up, right? So digestive health, digestive rejuvenation, you can just revitalize your whole system by just giving it a break every day or whatever your fasting schedule is, right? All right, and our final one, we're going to talk about hormone regulation, right? Everybody's like, well, my blood sugar, insulin, cortisol, catabolic, anabolic, right? Intermittent fasting, once your body adjusts and clicks onto the intermittent fasting mode, takes about a week and a half, 2 weeks to get into the real mode. It took me about, week and a half to 2 weeks to where I really got comfortable with it. But boom, once your body clicks into that new and it adapts to the new system, man, hormones get regulated. You're going to stop being catabolic. You're going to stop, your cortisol levels, your insulin levels, your blood sugar, all your stuff is going to balance out because your system is going to adapt to the new way you're doing stuff, and it's going to operate more efficiently. So it's going to level out and really take care of your hormones. It's going to try to bring things down into a balance instead of being all over the place. Just like if you were eating a small multiple meal a day thing and then you skip meals, now you're going to throw things all out of whack because your body was used to something and now you jacked it up. So now you're going to keep those hormones, your blood sugar, your blood sugar and insulin response is going to be streamlined. It ain't going to be spiking. Most people have big spikes in all their hormone levels throughout the day, right? And especially into the night. It causes all kind of metabolic chaos. It's not good, not in a good way, right? So anyway, does all kind of great things for your hormone regulation, all your hormone stuff. Great stuff. So quick recap. Boom, we got 1, we got freedom from the eating. Number 2, boom, we got increased energy, right? We're going to be able to take care of what we got to do without being a slave to the meals. And we're going to have the energy to do it. And then we're going to burn fat. We're burning fat the whole time. We're maintaining and storing lean body mass on, and we're losing the body fat, right? Muscle on, fat off. That's what we want. Build muscle. You're going to burn fat, and we want to feel better and look better, right? That's the goal. That's everybody's goal, depending on, you can word it 50 different ways, but that's what it comes down to. Burn fat, build muscle, and look and feel better, okay? And then next one, we got digestive system health. Give it a break. Give your system a break. Man, eating all day, just pounding the machine into the dirt, right? Give it a rest. And that does all kind of great healthy things for your body too, right? And the last one, regulating those hormones is super critical, especially for a lot of people that get stuff, and then you're taking all these pills, and oh man, right? It's just chaotic what's going on with some people's lives with their hormones and all this stuff. And of course, you're going to check with your doctor and make sure intermittent fasting is right for you, because it's not right for, some people shouldn't do it. But if it's right for you, it's a great thing, and it's not starving, and it gives you another option, when you need it in your life, okay? It's a great thing. I've had people come to me and just say, I'm just too busy to eat. Intermittent fasting is something to look at. If you're busy and you're stressed and you're out of control and you're skipping meals anyway, you're already doing intermittent fasting. You're just doing it wrong, okay? Once you crank in the right nutrition at the right place in your life, in your day, things are going to make all the world of difference, right? Get the benefits of the fasting with the metabolic effects, and you're going to get all those nutrients in there, and you're going to be a fat burning machine with energy, okay? Hope this helps. I'll have more for you. Go ahead, if you like this, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, go ahead down, and I'm going to have my link to my free handout for you that's going to cover basically the how-to of intermittent fasting for the protocol that I use, and a bunch of other great information in there, and it's all free. It's going to give you more how to do it kind of stuff, lay it out for you. So grab that, hit that link below in the video description, and I will come back with you with video 4 soon. Take care, and God bless you.